Citizens, and welcome back to the verse. Why does it always say emergency services en route when I log in? I'm not injured. Today is surprisingly the last day of April already. I cannot believe that April's almost over. So by the time you get this, which hopefully I'm going to have out tomorrow morning, if not tonight, because this is just going to be a really short video, it will be May, which means it is the Invictus time of year. So I just thought I'd really just kind of briefly explain Invictus, as well as try my best to make some predictions about what's going to happen and what my plans are for Invictus, which are really... I still have the Corsair. How do I still have a free fly ship? That's kind of a surprise. Maybe I'll let that claim and I'll just kind of real talk quick. I'm going to try to keep this under a few minutes. But I don't think Invictus is going to be really have much for me this year. There's events that happen every month basically in Star Citizen for the most part. There is kind of a double up on one and a month without on the other. But we have things like Vara, which is the Halloween. We have the Fortuna, which is the St. Patrick's Day. We have Coramore, which is Valentine's Day. Those are events that are just kind of in the verse events. We also have things like the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and Invictus, which are more targeted ship sales, as well as events where you can go and try ships for free. Now, we just finished a free fly. I'm guessing there's going to be another free fly right away. CIG doesn't tend to normally do that, but with the Expo and Invictus, they tend to, unless they're really going for server stability and not having that. There also isn't the 4.1.1 patch out yet. That might be happening with the oh, hello sir, with Invictus. That might all come out at the same patch. I know they did a big stress test over the weekend, but Invictus, unlike the Expo, which is all ship manufacturers showing all the ships they can, Invictus is really military ships. And since I don't tend to do a lot of military stuff, although the recent tryout of the Corsair has me doing a little bit more combat, can I just get to a hangar? Maybe, we'll see. I still will try out some ships. Now, I kind of wish that they would have the Golem as something that you could try out, but I don't think that that is going to be the case. I cannot. Ooh, you know what? I haven't been to a pad in a while. Let's go out check space. Let's make sure I have a helmet on. Yes, good. So, I don't think the Golem's going to be available, and that's too bad. I really would like to try it. I'm really surprised it wasn't available during the free fly, because having... there's the planet. Having a ship available that's brand new to try out for free might have helped sales on it. I don't really know what the sales were on the Golem. It might actually have been pretty good, but it's just... I would have loved to try it out like I did with the Fortune, and unfortunately I was not able to. But I don't see that being out during Invictus because it is not a military ship. A ship that I do expect to see, and I will actually want to try out just to kind of see what it's like, I'm guessing the Star Lancer TAC will be out. That's my prediction, because they have the Max already, so the TAC couldn't be that far off. And I would love to see what the interior of that is compared to the Max, which is a very cool interior with the layouts of having the larger individual rooms. Will a military ship have something else? Will it have more storage and back to the bunks of most military ships? Because that's a problem I have with a lot of CIG ships, is the bunks. Just bunk beds all over, nobody gets their own room. And that's why I really like the Corsair. I think the Corsair is a cool ship. I kind of like being out on the pads. This is what I miss about Olisar. I know the pads weren't safe, and there's no way to do those in an instance way like the hangars, but coming out onto a ship and looking at a planet while you're standing outside of it on this platform, always mind-blowing. I loved it. But yeah, I don't like the bunks. They make sense in some places. If it's a single ship, like the cutter has a little bunk, that makes sense. The way the Caterpillar is laid out as an industrial ship with a hab area with bunks and then actually a couple extra beds for the officers elsewhere, I think that's cool. But something like the Star Runner, for instance, or the Hercules, there was room for rooms without having the bunks. I would have loved to have seen the rooms on that. A lot of ships, it seems like they've kind of just gone without having individual spaces. And so the Corsair giving people individual rooms, that's pretty awesome. I do like that. And the Star Lancer, Max, was pretty awesome by providing, another minute still, providing rooms for people. And actually pretty sizable rooms. It would have been cool to have a central hallway and the rooms had windows, but I'm fine with the way they laid it out because it was kind of an interesting thing. So I'm expecting the TAC. Hopefully it has a different feel than the Max. And because it's military, I have no problems with bunks in a military style ship. I just don't see why they would not have them in other ships. That's pretty much it. The Invictus is definitely going to be more geared towards selling ships. There'll be different packages for sale. I don't know which ones. Maybe the cutter, because that's always a good starter, but maybe it'll be something like the Mustang because it is more of a fighting ship. It'd be really cool. They've never put out a starter pack with an Aurora that came with an LN as opposed to the MR. That'd be really awesome, but I don't think that will ever happen. So it'll be kind of interesting. Ooh, my frame rates have gone to like 4 right now. There we go. Coming back. Yeah, it'll be kind of interesting, but because it's not for me, I'm just waiting on the patch, the 4.1.1, before I start. Once I lose this Corsair, I will be buying a Corsair in game and getting that ship. There we go. Let's get this thing. Let's go back. Let's pick this up. And we're going to head out into the verse. By we, I mean me and my ship, because this is where I'm going to leave you. Just a really quick update that the Invictus is happening. It's pretty awesome to go check it out if there's a free fly. If not, I'm going to go over some of the packages that are available, but really don't expect a huge change on this channel. Military ships, not necessarily for me. I will maybe check out a Polaris. I also will probably, if there is another Javelin tour, just go and walk around that ship again because I do find that pretty amazing. Although the Javelin tour tends to move around and I missed it a lot, and even when it was around last year, I think it was broken that I couldn't get access to the ship. So we'll see if that fixes. I keep going to this. What is this anyways? Like, what is this supposed to be? It's got a lot of names. Are these supposed to be like names of people in the verse? I don't know. Overall, the only thing I can almost guarantee, which will be disappointing for the Expo, is a slight change to the colors. And it's going to be just the same layout for the rooms. Like, so it's going to have the same looking Expo Center. The Tobin Center and the one at ArcCorp, they look identical. Probably if it's something like it's at ArcCorp again, I don't know where it is, maybe it will have the Drake room off to the side again, which is kind of fun. But overall, I wish they had new rooms to explore, new venues. That would be really awesome, but I don't think that's the case. I don't know of any other ships coming out. I'm sure there's a bunch, and they will be kind of interesting, and maybe I'll check them out. But as it stands, this will just be another day in the verse for me. So until next time, I hope to see you all soon in the verse. Check out Invictus, and fly safe, everybody. Ooh, I have definitely hit the roof. This ship needs a slightly bigger hangar, don't you think? On that, I'll leave you here.